Howdy, high tides. I'm Jed Hoffman of Beach Film News, and welcome back to another episode of Beach Film News. Now, Beach Film News is obviously filmed in real life, but many things, like cartoons, aren't. They're filmed with animation. Why didn't we hear a little bit about animation?
Hold such a special place in our hearts because animated films make up some of our most formative movie experiences as kids.
So many kids watch these movies over and over
and over and over and over and over and over.
I see some parents out there know exactly what we're talking about.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
In that one clip, one of the most respected film awards shows have managed to insult an entire industry, leaving tens of thousands of writers, producers, and animators upset. Animation has always been considered a children's genre. Why? Is it because it's drawn? That's stupid. Animation is a medium, not a genre. It is a creative, beautiful, and underrated form of storytelling that anyone can enjoy. There is so much work, effort, and passion poured into nearly every animated project, from the brilliant writing and message of Ratatouille, the great mysteries of Gravity Falls, and the stunning visuals of Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. The medium is clearly not as respected enough as it should be, especially with all the effort that's put into every film. Okay, there are a lot of bad movies that have little to no effort at all, but we don't talk about those. It's funny to say animation is only for kids when there are countless adult animated shows and movies, like Family Guy, South Park, Harley Quinn, Inside Job, and Futurama. Here's a fun fact. Live-action movies take around a maximum of 5 years to make, and an animated film takes 7. And it takes 1 whole year to produce a 22-minute episode for an animated season. The reason why episodes of cartoons don't come out once a year is because all of the episodes of the season are done at the exact same time. For example, while the writers are writing episode 15, the animators are animating episode 7. That way the entire season can come out at once. The point I'm trying to make is that cartoons take a lot of more time and work compared to their live-action counterparts. And that's why they should be praised a lot more, especially since adults can enjoy these films and TV shows as much as kids, whether it be the writing, the humor, or the characters. And to call animation a simple children's media is straight up insulting to the thousands of people who worked on them. And let's be honest, does Cocomelon really belong in the same category as these masterpieces? Didn't think so.
We never see the face of people who do voice acting, just like we don't see the voice of people who are anonymous.
Anonymous, a hacker group that conducts cyber attacks anonymously, hence why they have that name. In 2003, they originated from an online forum called 4chan. They came to be to use technology for important purposes and causes. The members of the group call themselves hacktivists, a word used for being both a hacker and an activist, using their hacking skills for only things they believe in, whether it be a good thing or a bad thing. They had first made headlines in 2008 for their project Chinology, a series of cyber attacks and protests they made against the Church of Scientology. It all began when actor Tom Cruise made a video where he explained the benefits of religion on YouTube. His video was then taken down by the Church of Scientology, where they claimed that the video portrayed churches in a bad light. Afterwards, Anonymous struck back against Scientology when they posted a video on YouTube directed to them, saying that by removing the video Tom Cruise had made, it violated his right of freedom of speech. Soon after, people began to protest outside of the Church of Scientology for the injustice they had made against Tom Cruise. During these protests, people would be wearing Guy Fawkes mask, a mask that is now a symbol to Anonymous. Amongst the protests and cyber attacks, Anonymous was able to establish themselves to the public eye. Recently, Anonymous has started to conduct cyber attacks against Russian websites due to Russia invading Ukraine. Let's hope that from here on out, they continue to use their skills for the greater good.
Hackers use computers and Hackers use computer and computer sciences in order to hack their people. So, if you want to learn how to hack or just computer science in general, the teacher at Beach High is Mr. Delgado. Here's a little interview we did with Mr. Delgado.
What do you think the highest paying jobs will be in the future?
The highest paying jobs will be in the future will more than likely be technology based or based in engineering related to issues like sustainability, food production, and basically connecting the world that we live in right now.
As time has passed, the amount of technology-based jobs have increased. Do you think this trend will continue?
It will continue, it will increase. It's pretty hard to actually look at a job today that does not involve technology of some form.
What job in technology field do you think is the most rewarding, if not the best overall?
Really, the good news there is that there's a lot of different possibilities within the technology world. Rewarding from various standpoints in terms of engineering, in terms of sustainability, in terms of generating power, energy, because the reality of the future is for us to be able to live on the planet as we grow and grow in terms of population size, we've got to be more efficient at the way we do things.
What jobs do you think might fit those who don't fancy technology-based?
While you might have to interact with technology, that doesn't mean it's going to be a technological job. There's a lot of room for growth in education, because with all this technology, you have to be educated on how to use it, how to employ it. There's going to be room for growth in healthcare, to managing people, taking care of people. Even though you're using technology to do that, it's really about your empathy for other people, other than just what you see in every day. There's a lot of people that need our care. Technology will make that easier, but at the end of the day, it's something that is a very call it a person-to-person thing, where as you interact with this individual, whoever they are, they might be old, they might be young, they might be having some sort of disability of some kind. While the technology might help you in interacting with them, you're going to provide their care. You're going to use that technology to improve your care. So yeah, you use technology just to stay on top of it, but it's really about the skills you have beyond the technology as a person in our society. And like jobs like that, there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them in healthcare. Farming is going to be a big issue that will use technology, but nonetheless, it's not technological per se. So there's a lot of fields that go into it, like medicine, farming. They're using technology, but they're not technological careers per se. You're not on a computer every day. You're interacting with people. You're taking care of people. You're providing a service to people. Entertainment is another, but they all use technology. But it's really a human thing. It's really who you are as a human being, what you're trying to offer up, what you're trying to provide. So technology is just a tool. It's an enabler, and we're now at a stage where we got to think of ethical ways to use our technology.
Any closing remarks?
Yeah, I think this is, like I said, I think this is the generation that's going to have two very big goals that it has to achieve, in my mind. One of those is using all the new technology that we have in places like artificial intelligence, the Internet of Things, all the wireless communications we have. That's all great, and it's incredible, it's amazing, but we have to get to a point where we use that technology to enhance our lives, not to control our lives. So your generation is the generation that really has to, at least in my mind, two big battles that you have to fight. There's probably more, and that is the battle over sustainability and cleaning up our planet so that we don't pollute ourselves out of existence. And the other side is the fight for privacy, where we can get back to some privacy, some degree of control over what the world is allowed to see about us, because we all need that space where we can be just ourselves and not have to tell everybody on the planet about it, like social media. So social media is something that I think in the future has to be re-looked at. It's doing immense damage to our youth and to people in general. And those, I think, are the battles that lie ahead. And while there are battles on the technological front in some cases, a lot of it's about who we are, who we want to be as human beings, how we want to live, and how we want to help each other.
Thank you.
Do you think you need to be tall in order to play basketball? Let's find out. Either way, 76ers in 4.
What is up, everybody? It's your girl, Sammy Jo, here as your NBSH sports broadcasting host. The NBA season is officially over, and the playoffs are here. After the long 6-month stretch of games, the playoffs are in full action, and so far, only the Brooklyn Nets and Atlanta Hawks have been eliminated. The Miami Heat took out the Hawks, and the Boston Celtics swept the Nets. Let's take a look.
On the floor, running the point. Pritchard sits and Tatum, man, that is as sweet of a stroke as it gets.
The addition of the play-in proved to be irrelevant as the 8 seeds were bounced in the first round. There's lots of exciting action left. Who do you think will win the finals?
2 possessions in zone for Philly, 2 turnovers. Maxey slithers in between defenders and spins it.
Even though I'm a 76ers fan, I still believe that the New Orleans Pelicans are going to win the finals in just 4 games. Now, no matter who you root for, it's always good to remember to just have fun. With Beach Film News, I've been Jed Hoffman, you've been you. Goodbye. Bro, I told you not to come around here anymore.